Hey guys, I thought I'd sit down with you guys and have a chat about sort of where my head is at the moment. Obviously the daily vlogs aren't going to work. I don't know what it is, but I've been getting quite a few migraines and stuff at the moment. Could be because I wasn't sure about a job offer. But I think I'm going to hold off on daily vlogs and just do weekly vlogs back again for now anyway. It may change in the future, but at the moment I think I'm going to stick to weekly vlogs. They are just easier to film at the moment with everything. So sorry if you see a toy pop up on my knee every now and then. Willow's, because I'm sitting on the floor, Willow's trying to make me play with her. But I wanted to talk to you guys about some goals and stuff that I've been considering for a little while now and have finally made the decision and gonna start making the effort to get towards. So first one would be exercising and reading more. I do need to get back into reading. I have so many books that I haven't read yet and I just want to buy more books, but I need to get through what I have first. Along with the exercises, getting into that gym rhythm as well. In saying that, it is going to be a little bit harder because I did get a job, so that's the next thing. I ended up getting a job just in a local supermarket as a checkout girl. So I'm about to do my RSA tonight so that I can then do the alcohol side of things as well. But I did get that call this morning to say that I had got the job, which is great. I was having trouble for the longest of time getting just a part-time job to obviously pay my rent and my bills and stuff, but also no one would take me on because I've got placements. But they're all sort of spread out to the point where I can work obviously more days than other days. So for example, I don't know if I'll be working as of next week, but I will have training next week at some point, and then after that I have placement for my uni course, which is from the 20th to the 24th, so I can still do the weekends, if that makes sense. My placements, if I haven't told you guys already, I am doing my Cert 3 in early education and childcare, which I'm excited about, and I've made plans for that as well. So I will get into that, into the sort of future side of things of what I'm looking at goals wise. I've got them all written down here. So now the other goal, now that I've got the job as well, is to save for a house. I really want to get my own place. As much as renting's not terrible, I do want to be able to have my own place. And saying that, I want to be able to get a place where I have land. Because I want to go back to riding horses. I really do. I've been riding horses since I was 3 years old. And I will put a video up somewhere in this spot of me and my old horse Nash. Now, I swore when I lost Nash, I swore I wasn't going to ride again. And part of me, I'm going to cry because it's such a part of me since I was little. That I feel like it's a big part of me. It's a big part of how I grew up. And I miss it. I honestly miss horse riding. Losing Nash was the hardest thing. It's been almost 5 years now since I've lost Nash. Nash, if you guys aren't aware, is my horse, obviously. I have 2 other horses at my parents' place at the moment. That's little BJ and Dexter. BJ is a little Shetty. I've had him since, or Shetland, if you guys don't know. I've had him since I was 3 years old, so he's still kicking. And then I've got Dexter, who was my next one up when I grew longer legs. and he's still going as well. BJ is going to be 38 this year. That's a big deal for a Shetty. It really all depends on how well they're looked after. BJ is a spoiled boy. We'd go to shows and I would do shows and stuff, and he would always drink from my Pepsi. He would legit take my can and drink from, would have Pepsi, which is not good, but it was the cutest thing. BJ was the horse that you could set a bomb off next to him and he wouldn't move. He'd just stand there. And he's still like that to this day until you get the dentist out. Then it's a war game. It's legit 4 people holding on to him because he will not stand there for the dentist. Farry is okay. The dentist, nope, not a fan of the dentist. And then Dexter I got from a trail riding place when I was 12. So obviously my legs didn't grow in until I was 12, which is fine. But I've had him since I was 12, and we got him from a trail riding place which no longer does trail rides. And when I went and saw him, he had this decent sized girl on him, and I felt bad. He's a good pony, but he has his moments. He has his moments of, I want to kick, I want to buck, I want to put my head down and see how hard I can get you off. He's even got my mum off. My mum used to ride horses as well. My mum jumped on him and he managed to get her off. So in my lifetime, I think I fell off BJ twice. Yeah, twice. And then Dexter, I've fallen off at least 5 to 6 times. Because he was just a shithead sometimes. But he was really good taking him out to pony clubs and shows. He would behave at shows and stuff. But he was my show pony. I won a lot of ribbons and stuff from him, which I want to be able to get out at when I get my own place and put up, because I love seeing the patterns of ribbons and stuff. Nash, on the other hand, he was my last horse that I had, obviously. He was my bigger horse. He was an Arab. Sweetest Arab you'll ever meet, and not too hot-headed. He had his moments, but he was actually so good. He was another horse where you could just drop a bomb off. I had him at a second pony club, and the horse next to me, it was like a gymkhana, and this horse next to us was a baby, and he was playing with his martingale, and it got stuck on his teeth, and he reared up to the point where he went backwards right next to Nash, and Nash did not move. He just looked at him like, you're an idiot, and just went back to falling asleep. We were doing jumping at the time. So he was another good horse. The reason why I lost him was because one day it was slippery and he decided he wanted to be an idiot, and he was running around the paddock and he actually fell in a hole that we didn't realize was in the paddock. So it is partly his fault for being silly, partly our fault for not seeing the hole. And he actually ended up twisting his bow. So I had to make the tough decision to put him down, and it was, let me compose myself, it was the hardest decision, but I know the best decision for him at the time, because I didn't want him to be in pain. So he is buried at my mum and dad's place. If I had the money at the time, I would have got him cremated, but it does cost quite a bit to get a horse cremated, because you go pay for travel to get them there and cremate them and then bring them back, sort of thing. So I definitely want to get back into horse riding, and on that point, I have booked my first lesson for next Thursday at 5 o'clock. I'm nervous, I'm excited, but this is what will lead me to my future, and that is having my own property where I'm riding horses every day, just having fun and not worrying about anything, Obviously working and stuff still too, but riding horses and yeah, I've said to my parents, and I think this is the best decision for me for the near future or into the future. I'm swearing off, guys. I'm legit. I'm not gonna try and push that married life like I used to have in my head. I'm legit. This is my new start, and this is me. This is gonna be my era. This is gonna be my future, and if any guy doesn't want to be in that, then that's completely up to them. But I'm not giving it up for any reason. So the future holds me hopefully getting my own place with land. There has been talks with my parents about possibly I would get their land, but obviously if I want to do it sooner, I will need to get my own property with land. Hopefully something that's already built up with horse stables and stuff. If not, that's fine. We can work around building. They're actually looking at some prices and stuff. It's not too bad. It will take a little bit of saving, but it's actually not that bad to what I thought it would be. But yeah, so we're going to slowly get horse stuff together. Mainly riding clothes at the moment because I'll be doing lessons until obviously I can afford to do that. I know how to ride, but it's also been 5 years, so I need the refresher. But I also want to get into show jumping, like properly show jumping. So that's why I'm like gonna do classes as well, so that I can do that, and hopefully a little bit of cross country as well, because I feel like if you can do show jumping, you can do cross country. Funny side fact, instead of saying cross country, as a kid I used to say cross crunchy, because I couldn't get the tree side, the countryside out of it, so I used to say crunchy instead of cross country. But there's that. I am gonna try and put at least $300 away from every pay that I get. I'm going to transfer it to my dad, because I know my dad, one, won't touch it, and two, he will save it and won't give it to me unless I actually like really need it. Was that you that just made that high-pitched noise? And the fact is that I can give her more space to run. Willow, I'm talking about here. She loves the horses. Every time I take mum, go to mum and dad's, she always runs up to BJ wanting to sniff his nose and everything. She does bark at him, but he sort of just looks at her. But she does love her horses. Every time I say horses, her head's tilting. But that's primarily my biggest job, like my biggest goal, is to have a property and have horses and do horsey vlogs. I've been watching so many horsey vlogs for the past like 2 months, and yeah, that's just what really turns me around to be like, hey, no, this is what I want for my future, even if it means I stay single for the rest of my life. I don't care. I'd rather have the love from my horses and my dog than have a guy and be stuck in a suburban house. Like where I am at the moment, it's a country town, but I am very close to my neighbours, and I would prefer not to be as close to my neighbours. And I don't care if I have to drive out a little bit more, that's fine. We'll eventually have to get a ute anyway, because I'm going to need to tow a horse float. It's going to be a big journey. It is going to cost money, and I'm aware of that. But I'm going to get there. I'm going to end this video here. If you have any questions, please let me know. But I hope you do join me on this journey of getting to where I want to be and striving for that goal. But yeah, hope you guys stay. Watch this video of Nash at the end, me and Nash riding. It's a very old video, so the quality's not good, I will admit, but I just really want to put it somewhere, so I've got it for safekeeping forever sort of thing, and it's going to be my inspiration to keep pushing through. Nash is, I got to do this for Nash, and I got to do this for myself. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to go before I start crying again, and I will see you guys in the weekly vlog that comes up on Saturday. I'm going to start on Sunday and then upload Saturday night. So I'll see you guys in the next weekly vlog.
I